Paul says, I haven't arrived at the telos. And then you have in verse 14, but I'm mature and I've arrived at the telos in my thinking. You can say, how is it at the one hand you say you haven't arrived at the telos, and then you tell us that in order to arrive at a maturity, we're in the telos of our thinking? Well, let's think about what Paul's doing here. The reality is, Paul is saying that if we find our completion in Christ, in a sense, we have arrived at a mindset of perfection. And again, not that we've arrived at perfection or that we're sinless or in the age of glory. I don't want to communicate that. But we've arrived at a mindset of where God would want us to be. And so Paul, when he's speaking of this mature or complete mindset, is a mindset of knowing his earthly ambitions and accomplishments do not determine who Paul is. This is what Paul is saying, that the ones who think maturely are those who understand they have not arrived. It's kind of a strange way of understanding. It's sort of like Socrates learned ignorance, right? The more I know I don't know. And so actually the most knowledgeable person will be one of the more humble people, because they recognize the more they've learned, the more they need to learn. And that's the same thing with sanctification. The more I grow, the more I realize I need to grow. The more I rely on Christ, the more I realize I need to rely on Christ. And the more I have joy in relying on Christ.